Can Arsenal win the league?
Yes.
Kovacic! Oh, super goal!
Has gone to McAllister. What a strike!
And Salah's wriggling in and scoring.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Center Circle channel. And in today's video, we've got a very highly requested video, should I say. I've got a bit of an Arsenal panel with me today, so I'll let the panel introduce themselves.
Okay, I'll go first then. I'm Adam, and yeah, man, it's good to be here. Thanks for the call, man. Yeah, looking forward to the conversation.
My name's Abel, been a Gooner from birth, and I'm glad to be here, man.
My name's Kes, Gooner till I die. If anybody tries come to me about anything other than Arsenal, I'll run up on them. But yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for jumping on. So just to let you guys know, if you guys don't know these guys, these are all like my church people. So like from all across like the UK. So I've got people, got Kessel from Slough, Abel from North London / Guildford, and then Adam, you're currently studying like in Reading, Newbold. So yeah, man. So guys, thank you for coming on. So as you can see from the title of the video, guys, the question is simple. Can Arsenal win the league? It's as simple as that. So I thought I'd get 3 Arsenal fans on to state their claim if Arsenal can win the league. So guys, I'll let you guys take it away. Can Arsenal win the league?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
very possible.
All right. Let me not say 100%. Let me be real. I'm gonna be a realistic Arsenal fan today. Yeah, I'm gonna say 70% we can win the league.
Yeah,
and the reason I say 70% here is I think for the whole season so far, this month of April that we're about to enter is probably going to be the toughest month for the season. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, like the runner games is the runner games that are back to back isn't easy. So yes, we're like 8 points ahead, but obviously City's got the game in hand. So then that could be cut back to 5. 1 or 2 slip-ups. And if City maintain this newfound sort of like streak of wins, they might they're not even banging in 1-2 goals, they're banging in like 6 goals and stuff on a regular. So yeah, if City continues this streak of run that they're on right now, and if we slip up 1-2, and then even today, I'm sure you guys saw the news. Tomiyasu's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu, like I rate him, but I feel like second half of the season he's kind of fell off a little bit in terms of performance. However, injuries is not good.
It's only
Arsenal
10 games.
It's only 10 games, but
Yeah,
it's important because obviously I already called City, Chelsea, Liverpool. At the beginning of May, we've got Newcastle. These are serious games, and we need our man. We need our man them. So I'm a 70% that Arsenal can win the league.
For me, it's like Arsenal are going to win it, but an absolute disaster. Like that's the only way they lose it from here. As if like something like they get food poisoning or the whole team gets injured. I promise you, if we kind of have, I would say about 7 to 8 of our starting 11 fit for the rest of the season, it's patterned. Promise you that. Like that's 100% happening. The reason why I'm saying that is Arsenal this year played best football in the league by far. I mean, remember, we were 5 points clear of Eddie and Nketiah up front, man. I mean, come on now. now we got one. Now we have all the
Eddie. Game, man. He's done a solid job.
No, he's not. To be honest,
he hasn't.
I think maybe people are a little bit harsh because he's not as bad as people make him out to be, but he's also not good either.
Yeah,
he's not good.
Eddie, guys. I'm gonna be real.
He's not
Eddie's
as good.
Not good. Eddie's not good.
We
need to ship him off real quick.
What he's needed to do in it.
No, you know what? No, what? Because I think
what?
with Eddie, Eddie's one of those guys where he'll do a job for like 5-6 games and he'll drop off. Like he did, I think he did well in the Brighton game. He did well in the West Ham game.
It was
And I
only 3
think-
games.
And then
Yeah,
since
it was
that,
like-
I think since that United game, he's been non-existent, and obviously he's been injured. So
Ever since they made the song about him, bro.
No.
and the thing is, you can't expect Nketiah to fire us to a league title. That's a
No,
madness.
you can't, but
You
but
can't.
you can't, yeah. But what I'll say is, yeah, Eddie Nketiah, the best thing about Eddie Nketiah is his movement, right? His movement off the ball. Like he finds the positions, he gets into he makes the runs. That guy just can't finish, bro.
Can't finish.
He just can't finish. And I'm like,
I think that his finishing is actually not so bad. It's just that because, like I said, it was probably a bit like harsh on him because I actually think he's actually all right, and I think he did a pretty decent job. It's just that I don't think that
but not off, not for Arsenal.
the way that Arsenal play, I don't think he's like the best suited for that because it's like when you look at the way Trossard and Jesus, they kind of drop off a little bit. They kind of come deep, but he's kind of very much traditional striker. He's always just kind of on the last man sort of thing, and also don't really play like that.
No, but the thing is,
so that was my point. I was like, so if we could just maintain that 5-point lead at the top, right, with I would say our best player out injured for about 3 months, right, all of the guys are coming back at the right time. That's what I say, man. The only way we're not winning it now is if like something dramatic or disaster happens. Otherwise, man, it's coming back to North London, boys. It's coming back.
Man, coming back to Finsbury.
Oh.
But nah, definitely, I agree. It's just I think the main match that I'm actually really, really worried about is probably the City game and also the Liverpool game. In recent years, Liverpool and City has been like where we go a bit, where we kind of like drop points for a lot of the time. Of course, the earlier game that we had against Liverpool went our way just about. I feel like even though it was a close game, I feel like we could have still played a lot better. So I feel like it's just a matter of confidence as well, isn't it? Because if people keep on gassing up Arsenal saying, "Oh yeah, Arsenal, we're gonna win the league by a mile, whatnot business," I feel like it can get to their heads and then they get a bit too pressured because it's like they got so many people that are dependent on them. You get it. So I feel like it's a thing where they just need to stay composed and like make sure that they get the job done instead of allowing things to get to their head, innit?
You say you're worried about the City game, right? I can understand that, but when you think about Arsenal's away form this season, it's pretty much. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we've only dropped 7 points.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's good. Like I feel like we can get the job done. It's just that City game. The City.
You know what's funny, yeah? Like, and I'm gonna add to Adam's point to rebuttal against you, Abel. In that City game, we lost that City game to our own fault.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had nearly 70% possession. The first goal, Tomiyasu made a horrendous error.
Yeah.
The second goal, I think, was Jack Grealish. It was a deflection.
Yeah.
Off of I think it was Tomiyasu's foot again. Yeah. When he tried to block, so it was a deflection. The third goal was a horrendous mistake from.
I think it was Gabriel.
Gabriel,
yeah.
Like
we did get a lucky penalty though. To be fair.
Yeah, we did get.
But that game in general.
But still, we gave away that game. It's not like City
we did.
won those. Like they took advantage of the opportunities. But like, so I'm not saying that I'm not scared to go to City. I'm like, we could actually take them on, but it will be a hard game.
We can definitely take them on, and I just think like based on the position that we're in, I don't even think we need to win that game. We just can't. We don't lose. Don't lose. Simple.
Yeah.
If we don't lose, I think it's secured from there. Because
Dante, I actually think that psychologically, Arsenal, for me anyway, we've already won the most difficult psychological battle already this season, which was beating Liverpool at the beginning of the season. And it might sound crazy, but that was actually when I first started thinking, you know what? I think Arsenal could actually win the league, you know? When we beat Liverpool all the way back in, was it October or November?
Yeah.
That's right. When we won that game, I was so gassed, bro, when we won that game. Because I was like, we never beat Liverpool. It doesn't matter how good or how bad they're playing.
So So the position that you was in when we played Liverpool, I was set at stages thinking it's still early. I think at the time when I was starting to feel like you was when we beat Wolves and how we would come back after the World Cup.
World Cup.
Especially the fact that Jesus came back injured. I think the fact that we beat West Ham, Brighton, and Man United without Jesus, I just thought, yeah, it's our year, has to be. And then even when we went to Tottenham, people still thought because usually with like the North London derby, the home team always wins, and we've broken that barrier this season. So after that Tottenham result, I thought, yeah, it has to be our year, surely. And we've been playing.
So you go. You finish.
No, I was just saying, like, there's been a lot of games this season where we've played very well, regardless of like the result. Like the only result that I'd say that we weren't at our best was the City game where we gave them the game. I think it was Southampton away where the second half was just not Arsenal standard.
And Everton.
And Everton, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you even look at the results like Brentford at home where we got like that. Yeah, let's not talk about that. And then even like even like the Man United game where we played them at Old Trafford, we still played well that game. Man U just took their chances. So there's been a lot of games this season where Arsenal have played very well, and then there's been a couple of games where we've just been very bad. So,
and that's why I said this, because it's like it wasn't just the fact that we beat Liverpool, but I was when I watched Arsenal this season, I was actually quite shocked by how good they were playing. Because I was thinking like, because I was watching some games when you were watching some games last season, I was like, yeah, it's just kind of like they're just getting over the line. It
became regular.
It was just kind of it's just like, oh gosh, do I have to watch this? It was just like this season. It's like, whoa, this is like these guys are. I was like, this is actually when I've been watching the games, I've been like, wow, I've actually been like, nah, we actually look good. We look good. Like really, really good. Like football quality.
Arteta ball, man.
I just want to ask you guys one question. Do you think Arsenal coming out the Europa League is a big blessing in disguise? And the reason why I ask this is because you still got like City who are in the Champions League, who are playing Bayern Munich over 2 legs, and then if they go through, they have to play either Chelsea or Real Madrid. Whereas with Arsenal, we just have to focus on the next 10 Premier League games, also known as cup finals. So do you think it's a blessing in disguise that we've come out the Europa League this early?
I'm not gonna lie. You're gone, Abel.
I think it's because it's like less games. That there was a bit too many games. I think, in my opinion, like we had to like go through, and I think one thing Arsenal is known for, especially like some of our like younger players, a lot of them are like injury prone. A lot of them get really fatigued. Some of them are like get injured pretty frequently. So I feel like now with all the only games that we have left between now and the 3rd week of May, I think we can just focus on staying fit and just making sure that we can get through these next 10 games without worrying about other domestic cups that come along the way.
I really wanted to win it though. I really wanted to win the Europa League.
I wanted to win it as well.
It's been nearly 20 years.
it would
like imagine this, like if we would have won the Premier League and the Europa League,
the double,
like
amount of rubbish I would have been chatting, it would have been peak.
There would be no fan in the world. You can be a Real Madrid fan, a Barcelona fan. You can be you cannot chat to us. You just can't.
But that's why I say it's a good and bad thing. So obviously, like Abel said, it's good, because we obviously got less games, less chance of injury. They're going to be fresh, they're going to be fitter. But for me, man, I think that winning games, man, it's just like you don't even get
confidence.
Yeah, you just want to. For me, you just want to get into the winning mentality. Like it doesn't matter who you're playing when you come to the Emirates or when we play you, man. We're beating you, and I think that would really help the confidence as well. Especially because remember this team's quite young, and none of them really won anything anyway.
Exactly.
So that would have been really good for them to just get into that mindset. But yeah, so I was really disappointed. But look at the positives. Now we can just
plus we lost to Sporting, man. I thought we had a very good chance at Sporting. Like I thought. No, they played very
They
well.
did very well. They
Well,
played
I
well.
was really happy with the draw when I saw we had Sporting. I was like, okay, yeah, this should be a good win for us. But it's what it is. And
Unlucky, man. It was unlucky.
Yeah, I thought they played really well, Sporting.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, they played very well.
But I don't. It was just, and when it goes to penalty shootouts, it's just like
Yes,
top of the coin,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's like
And
50-50.
always in trouble. And when it went to
Yeah.
penalties, I was worried. As soon as it went to penalties,
Yeah.
it's just like you just never know who's going to do it.
Yeah.
So I think my last question to ask you guys is, can you see us do you think Arsenal will win the league comfortably, or do you think we'll go to like the final day of the season and everyone is sweating like the last day of the season? Do you think?
When have Arsenal ever done it easy, man?
Thank you.
It's true.
It's so true.
Like,
True.
it runs in our veins, doing it the hard way. Can't.
Yeah,
See,
nah.
I can see something like Arsenal going at like 11 points clear, yeah, 4 games to go, and they'll lose like the last 3.
And then we need to win. We need to win by like 3 more goals or something more than
Yeah,
City
it'll be
last
something
day.
like that. It will be. I promise you, we'll probably go like 11 points clear or something, and then we'll throw away some stupid games, and then it's come down to the last game of the season. It'll just be like, oh my god.
Listen, and we need like a goal difference of 5 to get a chance.
That's the thing. And the thing, I think, Kessler, I think you mentioned like the games that we have. I think it's Liverpool away, City away, Newcastle away. There's a couple of games in there where I think there's dodgy games. I think I'm looking at, even though they're not like the team you expect to beat them, but that Nottingham Forest game where we go to the City ground, because they're fighting relegation, I'm thinking that could be so techie. Hence why I'm thinking to myself, we need to wrap up this league as soon as possible, because you don't want to go to those like sort of teams who are fighting relegation. They give you like a good game, and then for some reason we end up like nicking a draw or something, and then it could cost us the league, for example. So I think every game is just as important as each other, basically.
Oh, yeah,
It's
100%.
no easy game. No easy game.
No easy
Even like the mid-table teams, do you think that they're just, because the people say like, oh, they're on the beach? It's like, no, that's rubbish. They want to prove themselves. So remember, these players that they're trying to play to get a new move. The managers, they want to get a better job. They want to get a new contract. So they're not just going to be like, oh yeah, we can't get Europe. We're not going to get relegated. Let's just stop playing. Nah, man. Remember what Newcastle did to Arsenal last year? Yeah, they didn't have anything to play for. Battered us, man.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's
that's
true.
especially now. There's no easy games, man. So that's why the fact that Arsenal were winning games like 4-3, it's like fair play to Arteta and Arsenal, man, because that's not easy. It's not easy.
No, definitely. We shouldn't be taking games lightly just because of a team's position. Like the team could be like 18th, 19th. We shouldn't be like, oh, this is going to be an easy win. Because even like the relegation battle was actually really tight. I'm pretty sure between the 20th to like
13th, like 13th place or
like
something
five
like that.
points between them.
Like 5 points. Yeah.
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
you know how tight that is.
It's four.
If one team slips, that's it. It's done. So any game, even for them, is tight. They're going to be coming in, trying to get the job done, making sure they don't lose and making sure that they get a dub. So we should look at every game as like, 300 of us versus 1,000 of them, and making sure that even though we might not have, the fittest team or whatnot business, we need to make sure we get the job done as much as possible.
I can't lie. Saliba coming back as soon as possible is very key.
Yeah. I'm hoping.
I'm not even gonna lie. That one has me on ropes slightly because Rob Holding. I cannot trust that guy.
I think Saliba will be all right though. It's like
I'm hoping he's back. I'm hoping he's back for that Liverpool game, if I'm being honest with you, because boy,
I just think that they were just being precautionary, but not playing him against Palace because it's like when he got injured, like it wasn't like he was still on the bench. He was still kind of cheering, and he was still kind of getting involved with all of the other guys on the bench and stuff. So I don't think it's that serious.
Hopefully,
still worrying though, because you never know. He could end up going to training the next day, and they're like, Saliba's out for the next 2 months. And
for the rest of the season, let alone the next 2
and
months.
You're just there like, well, where do we go from here now?
I mean, Rob Holding, it's not that bad. I think
he's not Saliba.
But he's not Saliba, like.
Yeah, sure, of course. But I think that some people like I think, especially in like football culture, I think people like to jump to extremes. Either like this person's the best player in the world, or he's a flop. But Holding just neither. He's not a great centre back, but he's also not rubbish. He's just decent.
He's just there, innit?
Like he's a good Premier League centre back, innit? You know, he's gonna. Yeah, I mean, but you know, obviously when we play against tougher opposition, like remember last season against Tottenham, he'll probably get found out. Like when he just lost his head.
I need to see more of that Polish Jakub.
Nah, not now.
And I mean, even if it's just smaller games or something,
You got to wait for pre-season now. He's got to wait.
The MLS tour.
Yeah, Justin.
Because
you got to wait.
I don't know about him too much. Like,
got to wait. He's got
We're
to
gonna
wait
until he goes to America in July.
Yeah.
See what he can do.
Oh boy.
You want to play? Yeah, if you want to play games, bro. It's the under 23s, bro. Nah, you can. Nah.
No, but it's serious though. 10 Cup finals. I mean, what can you do when you've got like a squad that's just, or a starting 11 that's just keep winning? You can't change it, I guess. But
Yeah,
just to kind of end off the video, I want to ask you all guys the percentage of Arsenal in the league. So, Abel, I'll start with you.
75%.
Kessel,
yeah, I'm back there as well. 75%.
Pastor Best.
90.
I'm gonna go 95. All right.
You better try to give me a heart attack.
Yo,
I'm saying 90. The only thing that could possibly ruin it for Arsenal be injuries. That's it. It's not going to be.
Thank you.
We're not going to. I don't think Arsenal are going to lose any stupid games. I don't see that unless there's just.
If there's one game that I see us losing, it's the City game, and then City drop more points than us. That's how I see it.
Well, the thing is, though, I could see us winning against everybody, but I could also see us losing to anybody. And that's just
that's how the league is for this. Yeah,
it's like if we're playing West Ham, I don't know. I could see West Ham could just turn up. You know, they got great players. You know, but then you could just beat City 3-0 in one day. It's crazy like that.
not wrong, man.
All right, guys. So that is the end of the video. I want to thank my church people for coming on the video. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below the percentage of Arsenal to win the league. And if we don't win the league, then you know what to do. We'll be hiding for the next 3-4 months. But
It's
So long.
If you guys see that video of Monque, he's like, if Arsenal don't win the league, bro, that's 100. He's 100% right, man. If we don't win it, it's peak.
Oh mate. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and yeah, we're out.